We should back up, because, geez Louise, we got to. How y'all doing?
How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Hoping to see my grandkids sooner than later. I'm ready for them to come. And Lorenzen's name lives on because I named him after his uncle. Lorenzo is, that's Lorenzo. This is his namesake right here. And the little guy, and where's another one going? Look, Keith. Y'all just don't know. Lorenzen's name lives on. This is the youngest one so far. And this one right here, all these are Lorenzens. These are Banganya. All these people named after Lorenzen. So we got him right here with all of these people right here. Plus his sons all three of his sons got the same. Four of his sons got the same middle name, Banganya. That's his middle name. But I'm so glad this is over so my grandkids can heal and rest and come see their grandmama and we can have fun like we used to. That's what I'm glad about, to see my grandkids. Let them know they ain't got to worry about nothing. Everything's under control. It's in God's hand now.
Can you heal and rest now?
Well, I can start. I'm going to start, Greg. I'm going to promise you I'm finna try. Surely is.
Ma'am, tell me about the grace that you showed and the strength when you turned to the woman who pled guilty to killing your son.
I had to think of my grandchildren. Because if I hadn't thought of my grandkids, I would have went way left. So I had to keep thinking of them. As long as I could think of them, I could stay up and positive. But if I had got off of them, we'd probably still be in there now, or I'd be at 201 locked up.
Deborah, Sunday will be
yes,
9 years.
Yes.
Since they
total.
found
Yes.
they found your baby.
Yes, indeed.
When did you get the call? And give me what were you first feeling today?
I was saying, are you serious? I'm not joking to you. Just be down there in the morning. Just call if I want you there at 8:30. I said, okay, what's going on? Then he went to explain it to me. I'm like, really? He was like, yeah, just sit down. Oh, I'm sitting by this time. I'm sitting. And he just explained how it goes because I wanted certain things and he wanted to know what this okay for you. Fine. As long as you're not out doing something to somebody else, fine. But I want my grandkids in Tennessee.
What was it like
Are
to
you
actually
satisfied
see
with the
her?
fact that she could spend as little as 8 years in prison for this?
Yes, because family can always go to the parole hearings. So we can do what we can do legally.
Will you be actively working to extend her sentence as long as possible?
Yes. Yes.
You want to see her serve the full 30 years?
My son serving life.
What made you look directly at her?
So I know her. And when you look at her, I just say I know her. She felt me. She felt me. And then she saw this. She felt me.
Because she wanted to respond.
Sure did. That's why I know she felt me. That's it, y'all. I gotta go now. Come on. With all my Lorenzen and Montgomery.
You are Lorenzen, Uncle BB as they call you.
Yes.
You are one of his namesakes.
Yes.
Tell us, what's the family feeling like?
Right now, the family feels relieved. You got to forgive me.
Can you forgive him?
God, yes, Greg. Come on. You know, I wanted my niece to get closure to something we've talked 9 years, she and I lost a son about the same time she did, mine to cancer. I couldn't feel her pain. No one can feel the pain of a person that has lost a child because your child is supposed to bury you, not you bury your child. But I felt her pain. I've seen her anguish as far as that goes. I've seen her wanting to know, trying to get to the end of this process to where she could start closing. Now that it is at the end, she can finally start to forgive. Never forget. You never forget your child. But she can start now trying to rebuild her life and forgive her. She's a Christian. She'll forgive her in time. But that healing couldn't start before what the judge did today. It had to come to a closure before it could happen.
Monte, I want to bring you in real quick. You have been Lorenzen's friend since his college days.
Yes.
And you knew Sherra very well. What are you thinking in this moment?
Right now, I'm thinking we have finally got closure. What happened today was no surprise to me. I always knew that. I felt as though within myself that it would never go to trial, that she would come forth and plead guilty to what happened, which would transpire with Lorenzen.
You told me once that you always, from the beginning, from the moment that you heard your friend was missing, you felt like she had something to do with it?
From day one, backing up to 1993 when I met her and knowing the relationship of her and Lorenzen and how everything played out before 2010 he died, yeah, I felt like from moment one I knew she had something to do with Lorenzen.
Lorenzen, let me ask you this question about.
I'm sorry?
So close. What do you think of the timing of this plea? So close to the day he was actually.
Well, I don't think the timing has anything to do with the day. I think basically it's a situation where I think she played all her cards to as much as she can play them, and it came time now she had to step up and admit what she had done.
Montel, there are people that will look at this and say that she could be eligible. Eligible is the big word to be underlined and circled in about 10 years, and they would look at the pain that this family suffered, you suffered, the city endured. Is that enough?
That's enough, Greg. We just would say that in terms of the 8-9 years maybe that she served before she could be eligible for parole, the family will fight to make sure that the amount of time that the judge awarded the said state that she would have to face 30 years, we're going to continue to see that we represent and make sure that the time is served.
How will the family move forward?
With resolve in terms of with strength, with resolve knowing that the situation has came to an end. The family can start to heal now. We can start to move forward. And like we say, we all are Christians, and so we have to forgive, but that will come in time.
I want to bring you into this.
Monte Nevels, Montae, last name Nevels, Nevels.
How long has known
That's his uncle. His name is Vern Gunyon.
Vern Gunyon?
How do you spell
And I get the correct spelling and give it to you.
We talked to Uncle Lorenzo Cersei. You are the other namesake, right?
No,
No?
I'm Miss Marion's pastor.
Miss Marion's
Yeah,
pastor. Oh,
yeah.
we've spoken to you before. She
Absolutely,
was talking about the other
absolutely.
one. You have been praying with her and trying to help her get through this very difficult process. What's that been like?
Well, I tell you, Miss Marion, she's very faithful. She has a life full of faith, and she comes to worship. And there's been many Sundays she would live in the church and just cry.
What's going on? Oh, they're still over there. They're still around.
Giving her some type of advice and support spiritually so that she could deal with this mentally, because this has been very, very challenging to her. She's a very faithful usher at the church, and there's been times where she has ushered and literally stood at the door weeping over this. So this is I believe this is the beginning of her healing process for sure.
Just the start of it.
Just the start. It's going to take a long time.
Sir, I saw you kind of praying with Miss Marion a few minutes ago. Kind of how is she doing right now, and just kind of what's her emotions after this significant day for her in justice?
I believe that the relief is now setting in that this part of this process is over. This is something like her uncle was saying, there's no way you get over this in any time. I believe that God's going to help her so that she can get peace. And that's what we're working with her, even in ministry, is that she keeps her faith strong and just trusts God that she's going to be okay.
After 9 years, how significant is this? I mean, it was just 9 years and a week.
It's huge. It's almost like it came out of nowhere.